In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air shimmers with heat, a scene unfolds that is both captivating and grotesque. Picture a towering giraffe, its long neck stretching high above the acacia trees, a symbol of grace and majesty. But as we draw closer, the beauty of this gentle giant is marred by a horrific sight. A gaping wound, a festering hive of bees embedded in its flesh. This is not just a wound. It is a living testament to the brutal realities of nature, a dark narrative that intertwines the lives of one of the savanna's most iconic creatures and the tiny, relentless insects that have claimed it as their home. Giraffe stands, seemingly unaware of the horror that has taken root in its side. The hive, a pulsating mass of activity, is a stark contrast to the serene landscape surrounding it. Bees, with their iridescent bodies, fled in and out of the wound, their buzzing a sinister symphony that echoes through the air. This is not a mere infestation. It is a parasitic relationship gone awry, a gruesome example of nature's unyielding cycle of life and death. The bees, drawn to the warmth and moisture of the giraffe's flesh, have burrowed deep, creating a hive that thrives on the very essence of its host. And as we delve deeper into this unsettling scenario, we must confront the reality of bee infestations in large mammals. The bees, primarily attracted to the open wound, have found a perfect breeding ground. The giraffe's skin, thick and tough, is no match for the relentless determination of these tiny creatures. They invade, laying eggs and establishing a colony that feeds on the giraffe's bodily fluids. The wound, once a simple injury, has transformed into a grotesque nursery, teeming with life at the expense of the host. The giraffe, in its towering elegance, becomes a canvas for this dark spectacle. The wound oozes with a mixture of blood and pus, a cocktail of infection that draws even more bees to the feast. The buzzing grows louder, a cacophony of life and decay, as the hive expands, pushing deeper into the giraffe's flesh. This is not just a battle for survival. It is a gruesome dance of life and death where the lines blur and the stakes are high. The giraffe, once a symbol of beauty, now embodies the harsh realities of existence. In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air is thick with the scent of dust and life, a haunting scene unfolds. An elephant, the gentle giant of the plains, stands in a clearing, its massive frame marred by a horrific wound. This is no ordinary injury. It is a grotesque testament to nature's darker side, a beehive infestation that has taken hold of its skin, transforming a once majestic creature into a canvas of suffering. The sight is shocking, a visceral reminder of the fragility of life and the unexpected horrors that can lurk in the wild. As we delve deeper into this unsettling narrative, prepare yourself for a journey that intertwines the beauty of nature with its more sinister realities. The elephant, a symbol of wisdom and strength, now bears the scars of a battle it never chose to fight. The hive, a pulsating mass of activity, has embedded itself into the thick skin of the elephant's side, a grotesque amalgamation of honeycomb and writhing bees. Each bee, a tiny soldier in a relentless army, has taken up residence in this unwitting host, feeding off the nutrients in the elephant's skin, while simultaneously injecting venom through their stings. The result is a painful, swollen wound that festers and oozes, a dark reminder of the consequences of nature's intricate web of life. As we examine this wound more closely, we find ourselves confronted with the stark reality of bee behavior. Honeybees, known for their industriousness and vital role in pollination, can also exhibit aggressive tendencies when their hive is threatened. In this case, the elephant, perhaps unknowingly, has disturbed a hive, provoking a swarm of furious defenders. The bees, driven by instinct to protect their home, have unleashed a barrage of stings, each one a tiny dagger that pierces the elephant's skin, causing immense pain and suffering. The elephant's natural instinct is to flee, to escape the torment, but the hive is relentless, clinging to its host with a tenacity that is both awe-inspiring and horrifying. The infestation has not only caused physical harm, but has also led to... In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass sways gently in the warm breeze, a scene unfolds that is both captivating and horrifying. A cheetah cub, no more than a few weeks old, lies vulnerable and exposed, its delicate body marred by a horrific wound. This is not just any injury. It is the result of a beehive infestation that has taken a dark turn. As we zoom in on this innocent creature, the camera captures the raw reality of nature's brutality, a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the wild. The cub's once vibrant coat is now matted, and stained, a testament to its struggle against an unseen enemy. The wound, a gaping hole, is surrounded by angry, swollen flesh, a grotesque sight that sends shivers down the spine. But how did this happen? How did a playful cub, born to run and chase, find itself in such a dire predicament? The answer lies in the complex interplay of nature, instinct, and the often overlooked dangers that lurk in the shadows. Cheetah cubs, like all young animals, are naturally curious. They explore their surroundings with an innocent exuberance, unaware of the perils that await them. In this case, the cub's curiosity led it too close to a beehive, a structure that, while seemingly innocuous, is home to thousands of aggressive defenders. As the cub approached, perhaps drawn by the sweet scent of honey or the buzzing sound of the bees, it unwittingly provoked a swarm. The bees, fiercely protective of their home, launched a full-scale attack. Their stings, sharp and venomous, pierced the cub's tender skin, injecting toxins that caused immediate pain and swelling. The cub, in a panic, thrashed about, only to find itself further entangled in the hive's defenses. The result was a horrific wound, a gaping cavity that not only exposed the raw flesh beneath, but also became a breeding ground for infection. The infestation did not stop there. As the cub lay in agony, the scent of its injury attracted other opportunistic creatures. Flies, drawn to the decaying flesh, began to lay their eggs, turning the wound into a grotesque nursery. Maggots soon followed, feasting on the dead tissue, compounding the cub's suffering. This gruesome cycle of life and death plays out in the wild, a stark reminder of nature's indifference. Yet, as we delve deeper into this dark narrative, we must confront the uncomfortable truth about our own role in this cycle. Human encroachment on natural habitats has led to a decline in bee populations, disrupting the delicate balance of ecosystems. The very bees that attacked this cub are in the quiet corners of suburbia, where the sun shines brightly and the grass grows lush. A dark tale unfolds, one that intertwines the innocent joy of a dog with the sinister sting of nature's most industrious creatures. Meet Max, a golden retriever with a heart as big as his appetite for adventure. But today, Max's playful spirit is overshadowed by a horrific wound, a gruesome testament to the wrath of a beehive. As we delve into this unsettling story, prepare yourself for a journey that reveals the hidden dangers lurking in the natural world, where beauty and horror coexist in a delicate balance. Max had always been a curious soul, bounding through fields and sniffing every flower that caught his eye. But one fateful day, his curiosity led him to a hidden hive nestled in the hollow of an old tree. Unbeknownst to him, this hive was home to thousands of bees, each one fiercely protective of their territory. In a moment of innocent exploration, Max disturbed their peace, triggering a chaotic frenzy. The bees, armed with their stingers, launched a relentless attack, leaving Max with a wound that would haunt him and his owner for days to come. The aftermath of this encounter is nothing short of grotesque. Max's once vibrant fur is now matted and stained, revealing a gaping wound that oozes with a mixture of blood and venom. The area around the wound is swollen, a grotesque balloon of flesh that pulsates with the rhythm of his heartbeat. Each sting, a tiny dagger, has injected venom into his system, causing an inflammatory response that has left him in agony. The sight is enough to make even the strongest stomach churn, a vivid reminder of the brutality that can arise from a simple act of curiosity. As we examine the wound more closely, we uncover the science behind this horrific injury. The venom from a bee sting contains a cocktail of proteins that affect skin cells, the immune system, and even the nervous system. In Max's case, the sheer number of stings has led to a severe allergic reaction known as anaphylaxis, which can be life-threatening. The swelling around the wound is a result of histamines flooding his body, a desperate attempt by his immune system to... In the heart of the Australian outback, where the sun blazes mercilessly and the air shimmers with heat, a scene unfolds that is both shocking and grotesque. Picture a kangaroo, a symbol of the wild, bounding gracefully across the rugged terrain. But today, this kangaroo is not leaping with its usual vigor. Instead, it is burdened by a horrific wound, a gaping cavity that reveals the dark side of nature's intricate web. This is no ordinary injury. It is the result of a bee infestation, a phenomenon that transforms this majestic creature into a living testament to the brutal realities of survival in the wild. As we draw closer, the sight is enough to make even the most seasoned naturalist recoil in horror. The wound, a festering mass, is teeming with bees, thousands of them, buzzing frantically as they swarm around their unwitting host. The kangaroo, once a proud emblem of strength, now stands as a grotesque canvas of nature's cruelty. The bees, drawn to the warmth and the scent of the kangaroo's flesh, have made their home within the open wound, creating a hive that thrives in the most unexpected of places. This is not merely a case of bad luck. It is a chilling reminder of the delicate balance between life and death in the animal kingdom. The infestation begins when a solitary bee, perhaps in search of a new nesting site, discovers the soft, vulnerable flesh of the kangaroo. It burrows into the skin, laying eggs that hatch into larvae, which then feast on the living tissue. The initial wound, a small puncture, quickly escalates into a gaping hole as more bees join the fray, each contributing to the grotesque hive that forms. The kangaroo, in its confusion and pain, may attempt to groom the area, but this only exacerbates the situation, allowing more bees to infiltrate the wound. What was once a minor injury spirals into a nightmarish scenario, where the line between life and death blurs in the most visceral way. The bees, driven by instinct, work tirelessly to expand their colony, oblivious to the suffering they inflict. They are nature's architects in the dense, shadowy heart of the rainforest, where the air is thick with humidity and the sounds of life echo through the trees. A chilling scene unfolds. A solitary gorilla, a majestic creature of strength and grace, now bears the scars of a brutal encounter with nature's most industrious architect's bees. This is not just any ordinary wound. It is a horrific hive infestation that has taken root in the very flesh of this gentle giant. As we delve into this unsettling tale, prepare yourself for a journey that intertwines the beauty of the natural world with the grotesque realities that can emerge from it. The gorilla, a symbol of power and intelligence, now finds itself in a battle for survival against an unseen enemy. The hive, a pulsating mass of activity, has burrowed into the gorilla's back, creating a grotesque spectacle of swollen flesh and angry, buzzing insects. The bees, driven by instinct and the need to protect their queen, have transformed this once mighty creature into a living host for their colony. Each sting, each bite, is a reminder of the delicate balance between life and death, a stark illustration of nature's unforgiving hand. As we examine the wound, the details become increasingly disturbing. The skin around the hive is inflamed, a vivid red that contrasts sharply with the dark fur of the gorilla. Pus oozes from the edges, a foul mixture of bodily fluids and bee venom, creating a noxious cocktail that attracts even more insects. The buzzing sound is relentless, a constant reminder of the chaos that has taken over this creature's life. The gorilla, once a proud inhabitant of the forest, now appears vulnerable and tormented, a victim of circumstances beyond its control. But how did this happen? The answer lies in the complex relationship between animals and their environment. Bees, while essential for pollination and the health of ecosystems, can become a menace when their colonies are disturbed. In this case, the gorilla may have inadvertently stumbled upon a hidden hive, provoking the bees into a defensive frenzy. The gorilla's thick skin, designed to withstand the rigors of the wild, is no match for the sheer number of stings it now endures. Each bee, armed with its stinger, becomes a tiny soldier in a war for survival, and the gorilla is left to bear the brunt of their wrath. As we explore the implications of this infestation, we must confront the darker side of nature. The gorilla's plight serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the often brutal realities of the animal kingdom. In a world where survival is paramount, even the strongest can fall victim to the smallest of foes. These, driven by instinct, do not act out of malice. They are simply following the rules of nature. Yet, the consequences of their actions are devastating for the gorilla, a creature that has roamed these forests for generations. This scenario raises ethical questions about the human impact on wildlife and the environment. As we encroach upon natural habitats, we disrupt the delicate balance that has existed for millennia. The gorilla's suffering is a reflection of our own actions, a stark reminder that we are not separate from nature, but rather an integral part of it. Our presence can lead